My son once asked me, "Father, why did you keep going when everyone said your time was over?" I looked at him and finally understood the answer. You grew up beneath the stadium lights, watching number 7 run. You saw the trophies in my hands, but not the battles never won. You saw the cameras and the crowds, the red and green around my skin, but you were still too young to know how many times I broke within. There were mornings I could barely rise, nights when doubt would fill the room. But then I heard your footsteps near me and remembered who was watching too. I did not want you to believe that strength meant never feeling pain. I wanted you to see a man who fell and chose to stand again. My son asked why I never gave up. I said because you were watching me. Every time the world said I was finished, I became the man I wanted you to see. Not a man who never loses, not a man who never cries, but a man who keeps on walking when the dream is asking why. My son asked why I never gave up, because you were watching me. You wore my shirt around the house and copied every step I made. You celebrated every goal, but never saw the price I paid. I miss the days that do not return, the quiet meals, the ordinary nights. While I was chasing history, you were growing out of sight. And sometimes guilt became much heavier than any trophy I could raise, because the world received my strongest years while you received the days between the games. But when you looked into my eyes and said you wanted to be strong, I knew that strength was not the medals, it was continuing when everything felt wrong. My son asked why I never gave up. I said because you were watching me. Every time the world said I was finished, I became the man I wanted you to see. Not a man who never loses, not a man who never cries, but a man who keeps on walking when the dream is asking why. My son asked why I never gave up, because you were watching me. Listen to me, son. One day, they may compare you to my name. They may count your victories, your failures, your every step. But you were never born to become another Cristiano. You were born to become yourself. And when the world becomes too heavy, do not keep going because of my records. Keep going because your own heart still believes. I do not need you to wear 7. I do not need you to live my dream. I only hope that when life hurts you, you remember what my journey means. Madeira taught me how to hunger, Portugal taught me how to stand, but becoming your father taught me what it means to be a man. others say it ends. My son asked why. I never gave up. Because one day, when your own road becomes hard, I want you to remember me. Not only for the goals, not only for the name, not only for the trophies or the years I ruled the game. Remember that your father was afraid sometimes too. But every time I wanted to stop, I thought of you. Filho, não precisas de ser como eu. Só precisas de nunca desistir de quem és. You do not have to become me, son. Just never give up on becoming yourself. Wasn't everything that placed our names beside each other? Every goal, every trophy, every failure. But there was one thing they never understood. I never hated him. They turned your lives into a question and asked the world to choose a side. Every time I climbed a mountain, they searched for someone else's height. When I won, they named his victories. When I fell, they praised his grace. Even in my greatest moments, I could feel his shadow in the frame. I kept smiling for the cameras, like the weight was never there. But a man can carry glory and still be tired underneath. Even my tears were compared to him, as if pain still needed a winner. Even my scars were measured beside his, as if one heart had to be bigger. I never asked the world to choose, I only wanted them to see I was more than half a question. I was a whole man trying to breathe. They counted every record broken, every season, every crown. But no one counted all the nights when the noise would not die down. I heard my name inside their arguments, but rarely in their prayers. They knew the number on my back, but never knew the man who carried it there. And every time I showed emotion, they decided what it meant. A smile became arrogance, a silence became regret. Even my tears were compared to him, as if pain still needed a winner. Even my scars were measured beside his, as if one heart had to be bigger. I never asked the world to choose, I only wanted them to see I was more than half a question. I was a whole man trying to breathe. Listen, I respected the man the world kept placing against me. This was never hatred, it was exhaustion. I was tired of becoming half of every conversation about my own life. Did you ever see the boy behind the headlines and the fame? Did you ever hear the silence after everybody screamed my name? I gave the game my youth, my body, in the strongest years I knew. But somehow every road I walked still led the world back to us two. Even my tears were compared to him, as if grief still needed a champion. Even the nights when I nearly broke became another competition. I never asked you to love me more, I never asked him to be less. I only wanted one small moment when my pain could be my own. I was more than half a question, I was a whole man, trying to breathe. He never asked the world to choose, he only wanted them to see. Even my tears belong to me. I never hated him, I was only tired. Portugal, eu dei tudo o que tinha, a minha juventude, o meu corpo, o meu coração. Mas diz-me, foi suficiente? I was still a boy when I first wore your colors, with a restless heart and a name no one knew. I learned how a nation can live on your shoulders, and how every victory still asks more of you. I ran through the pain when my body said stop. I smiled through the noise when the headlines turned cold. They saw the lights and the arms lifted high, but they never saw what the glory had cost. Every time I fell, I heard your voices call. So I stood again, even when I had nothing left at all. Portugal, I gave you everything I had. Every breath, every scar, every road that brought me back. I carried your colors when my own strength was gone. Tell me, Portugal, was I enough? I heard them say the years had taken my fire, that the dream was too heavy, the ending too near. But I still felt the child who once looked at your flag and promised his mother he would never disappear. I gave you my mornings, my nights, and my youth, the birthdays I missed and the tears I concealed. I learned how a hero must bleed without showing, and how lonely a crowded stadium can feel. Every time they doubted, I returned beneath the lights. Not because I felt no fear, but because your hope was stronger than mine. Portugal, I gave you everything I had. Every breath, every scar, every road that brought me back. I carried your colors when my own strength was gone. Tell me, Portugal, was I enough? I never asked you to call me perfect. I only asked you to remember how many times I stood up when the whole world waited for me to fall. If the final whistle comes before the dream is done, do not measure all my love by the trophy that never came. Remember every night I placed your crest above my pain. Remember that I chose you again and again. Portugal, I gave you everything I had. Every breath, every scar, every piece I could not take back. I carried your colors when my own strength was gone. Tell me, Portugal, was I enough? Portugal, he gave you everything he had. When my number falls silent and another wears my name, I hope you will remember I never walked away. Portugal, I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had. Portugal, espero ter sido suficiente. Before the world knew number 7, you knew the boy who was afraid to leave Madeira. I promised that one day you would never have to worry again. I kept that promise. But sometimes I wonder, would it cost us both? You held our home together when there was almost nothing there. You hid the fear behind your smile and carried more than I could bear. You watched me chase a worn-out ball beneath the island sun. You told me dreams could cross the ocean if I was brave enough to run. When Lisbon called me from Madeira, I tried not to let you see the frightened child behind the doorway who did not want to leave. You said, go and follow what you love, do not turn around for me. So I walked away with empty hands and your faith inside of me. Mother, I kept my promise. I carried us beyond those days. I turned the tears inside our home into lights upon the greatest stage. The whole world learned my name, but every road began with yours. Mother, I kept my promise. I only wish it had not taken me so far from home. You sat among the crowded stands with Portugal across your heart. Every time I fell upon the field, I knew your pain was twice as hard. You watched the world applaud your son, you watched them criticize him too. And when the headlines turned against me, I still knew where to find the truth. But while I chased the records, the seasons moved without a sound. I missed the quiet, ordinary days that no trophy can bring around. I bought the things we never had. I gave you comfort, gave you pride, but money could not give us back the years that passed us by. Mother, I kept my promise. I carried us beyond those days. I turned the tears inside our home into lights upon the greatest stage. The whole world learned my name, but every road began with yours. Mother, I kept my promise. I only wish it had not taken me so far from home. They call me self-made, but that is not true. Before I learned how to stand in front of the whole world, you stood between me and everything that could have broken me. Every trophy has my name on it, but your hands are underneath them all. Did I say thank you often enough when the years began to fly? Did you know that every time I scored, I still searched for you with my eyes? Madeira gave me my beginning, Portugal gave my dream a place, but you gave the frightened boy the courage to leave your embrace. Mother, I kept my promise. You never had to fear those days again. I carried our little island story through the thunder and the rain. The world may call me a legend, but you still know the child I was. Mother, I kept my promise, but no victory could ever repay your love. Before number 7, before the crowds, before the trophies and the fame, there was a mother in Madeira who believed before they knew my name. And if the lights go out tomorrow, if the cheering finally ends, I will still be your son, coming home to where the story began. Mãe, cumpri a minha promessa, mas tudo que conquistei começou contigo. Obrigado por acreditares em mim. Mother, I kept my promise, but everything I became began with you. When I sit in front of this locker and tie these boots for the final time, no announcement can prepare a man for the moment. His whole life becomes a memory. I place the red shirt beside me, number 7 facing the room. The captain's band lies folded, waiting beneath the fluorescent gloom. These boots have crossed 1,000 fields, through winter rain and summer fire. They carried the boy who left Madeira, and every dream that climbed still higher. I pull the laces through my fingers, the way I have since I was young. But today my hands are trembling before the final song is sung. Outside, I hear the people gathering. They do not know what I know. Tonight, when I walk toward the tunnel, part of me will never come home. My boots, my hands remembered every dream, every road from Little Madeira, every night in red and green. The last time I tied my boots, I could hear my whole life in the crowd. I tried to stand like number 7, while Cristiano was breaking down. I remember Lisbon's lonely rooms, the fear I never let them see. I remember Manchester calling, and the man the game demanded me to be. Madrid taught me how glory shines, and how quickly praise can turn. Portugal taught me that one small flag can make an entire spirit burn. I remember France and every tear, the night our country finally rose. I remember every wound I hit, and every pain the camera never showed. Now a younger shirt hangs near me, another dream prepared to start. I know the game must keep on moving, but knowing does not calm the heart. I thought I would be ready, I thought age would make this clear, but no man is ever ready to say goodbye to the life that brought him here. The last time I tied my boots, my hands remembered every dream, every road from Little Madeira, every night in red and green. The last time I tied my boots, I could hear my whole life in the crowd. I tried to stand like number 7, while Cristiano was breaking down. The room is almost empty now. My shirt is on, the captain's band is around my arm. The boots are tied. Everyone thinks the difficult part is walking away. It is not. The difficult part is walking onto the field while knowing you may never walk onto it again. Will the grass remember my footsteps? Will the goal remember my name? Will the children wearing 7 understand how much I love this game? Will my mother watch me smiling and still recognize the boy who chased a ball beneath the island sun before the world discovered joy? If tonight becomes the ending, let me leave without regret. There were dreams I could not finish, but I gave all I had left. Oh, the last time I tied my boots, I carried Madeira through the door. I carried Portugal beside me, and every battle fought before. The last time I tied my boots, the stadium rose and called my name, but beneath the row of number 7, I was saying goodbye to the game. Though the last time I tied my boots, I looked toward the red and green, and for one final night beneath the lights, I became the boy inside the dream. Do not remember only trophies, do not remember only goals. Remember every time I fell and still returned with all my soul. When another wears the number, let the future have its turn. But somewhere inside these old boots, my dearest child will always run. Portugal, esta foi a última vez que apertei estas chuteiras, mas o meu coração nunca deixará o campo. This was the last time never leave the field. One day, the lights will rise, the crowd will stand, and someone else will walk onto the field. The game will continue, but my name will no longer be the one they call. I still remember my first night, the trembling underneath my skin. 1,000 voices became thunder when the match was about to begin. I was a boy beneath those lights, running faster than my fear. I thought the sound would last forever. I never thought the end was near. But time does not ask permission. It takes a strength from every flame. And even legends hear the silence, waiting somewhere after fame. When the stadium stops calling my name, will the silence remember the sound? When the lights find another hero, will a part of me still be around? I gave my body to the battle, I left my heart upon the ground. When the stadium stops calling my name, will you remember me somehow? These legs have carried years of dreams, through every fall and every scar. But now the road behind me feels much longer than the road ahead. I see the younger faces waiting with the hunger I once knew, and I smile because the future was never meant for only you. But somewhere underneath that smile, there is a fear I cannot hide. Who am I when the crowd goes home and number 7 leaves my side? I know the game belongs to everyone. I know no player owns a stage, but knowing does not make it easy when the final chapter turns the page. When the stadium stops calling my name, will the silence remember the sound? When the lights find another hero, will a part of me still be around? I gave my body to the battle, I left my heart upon the ground. When the stadium stops calling my name, will you remember me somehow? I am not afraid of leaving the field. I am afraid of waking up and no longer knowing where I belong. For so many years, the noise told me who I was. What happens when all I can hear is silence? Maybe I will sit among the crowd and watch another carry on. Maybe I will feel my heart still running when my playing days are gone. And if a child wears 7 with the same dream in his eyes, I will know that nothing truly ends. It only changes with the time. When the stadium stops calling my name, let the silence remember the sound. Let the lights tell every young believer that I gave everything on that ground. I gave my youth to every battle. I gave the strongest years I found. When the stadium stops calling my name, please remember me somehow. We will remember. We will remember. When another wears a number, do not mourn the years that passed. Just remember that I love this game, and I gave it all I had. One day, the lights will rise without me, but part of me will always be here. Obrigado por nunca pararem de chamar o meu nome. Perfeitamente para ti. Before the stadiums, before number 7, before the whole world learned my name, you saw a frightened boy in Madeira, chasing a dream that seemed too far away. On a small island beneath the Atlantic sky, you watched me chase a worn-out ball. I had no trophies, no bright lights, only a dream too large to hold. When I left Madeira for Lisbon, I tried not to show my fear. You told me distance could not break the reason I was leaving there. And every time the road felt heavy, every time I wanted to turn around, I remembered that you believed in Cristiano before the world had heard the sound. But the higher that I climbed, the farther you became. And when the whole world learned to call me, I could no longer hear you say my name. Father, I wish you saw this. Number 7, dressed in red and green, I raised Portugal toward the heavens, carrying Madeira's childhood dream. The whole world learned my name. Every stadium shouted loud, Father, I wish you saw this. I hope I made you proud. They placed the captain's band around me and asked me to carry every prayer. A nation waited on my shoulders, but I still searched for you somewhere. When Portugal finally lifted the trophy, I looked beyond the lights and crowd. Millions thought I thanked the heavens, but I was trying to find you in the clouds. I smiled beside my mother while our flag was flying high, but every celebration carried one empty place inside my life. They called me strong, they called me fearless. They said I never learned to fall, but they never saw Cristiano looking upward when he needed his father most of all. Father, I wish you saw this. Number 7, dressed in red and green. I raised Portugal toward the heavens, carrying Madeira's childhood dream. Oh, the whole world learned my name. Every stadium shouted loud. Father, I wish you saw this. I hope I made you proud. They saw me looking toward the sky when Portugal lifted the trophy. They thought I was thanking heaven, but I was searching for the man who watched me chase a ball in Madeira. Before anyone called me a legend, I used to believe success would make missing you hurt less. It never did. Did you see the number 7? Did you hear my country sing? Were you standing somewhere near me when we finally reached the dream? Did you see the red and green flag wrapped around your little boy? Every trophy carried sorrow, every victory missed your voice. Father, I wish you saw this. The boy from Madeira, wearing 7. I carried Portugal through the fire and raised our colors toward heaven. The world remembers all the goals, every record and every crowd, but none of it could bring you back. Father, I hope I made you proud. I gave my youth to every stadium, I gave my body to the game, but behind the trophies and the glory, I was still your son, calling your name. Pai, o teu filho conseguiu. Portugal levantou a taça, mas eu só queria que estivesses aqui. Your son made it, Father. I just wish you had been here. called it hatred. They built a war from two men chasing the same dream. But the truth was quieter than that. I never hated him. I only grew tired of the world insisting that one of us had to disappear for the other to be great. We walked two roads beneath the same lights, with different colors on our skin. Every season became a courtroom. Every trophy asked who had to win. When I rose, they spoke his name. When he shone, they looked at me. Two separate lives became one argument that neither man could ever leave. They studied every goal and gesture, every silence, every stare. They called respect a hidden weakness and made a battle from the air. But greatness never needed hatred. The game had room for both our names. The world created all the anger. We only came to play the game. I never hated him. I hated what the world made us become. Two men carrying different dreams, forced to fight beneath one sun. I never wanted him to fall, so they could say that I had won. I never hated him. I was only tired of being compared to someone. They said his gift was born from heaven. They said my strength was built through pain. They turned our differences into weapons and repeated them again and again. They counted every golden moment, every record, every crown. But no one asked how heavy it became when neither man could put it down. The boy from Madeira kept on running, trying to prove he still belonged, while another genius carried his own world and carried pressure just as strong. Maybe we understood each other more than strangers ever knew, because only one man in the world could understand what the other lived through. I never hated him. I hated what the world made us become. Two men carrying different dreams, forced to fight beneath one sun. I never wanted him to lose, so they could say that I had won. I never hated him. I was only tired of being compared to someone. Listen, there were nights when they celebrated his failure because they loved me, and nights when they celebrated mine because they loved him. That was never love. Love for one man should not require cruelty toward another. We gave the world more than 20 years of memories. Why was that not enough? He carried his country,
I carried mine.
he had his battles,
I had mine.
we both heard the stadium singing, we both went home when lights grew dim. Perhaps beneath the shirts and numbers we were more alike than they believed. Two men trying to honor the impossible dreams the world refused to leave. I never hated the game with a different way of dreaming. I never hated him. I was only tired of hearing that one of us had to lose for the other one to mean something. Remember his magic.
Remember my fire.
Remember my fire.
Remember the nights
We pushed each other higher.
do not turn two lives into hatred.
When the game gave you both, there was never only one road toward becoming great. I never hated him. Perhaps I understood him more than anyone else could. Nunca foi ódio, foi apenas cansaço. It was never hatred. I was only tired. They knew the number. They knew the records. They knew the celebration. But sometimes I wondered, did they ever know the man? They waited for the ball to fall, for one more night beneath the lights. They wanted thunder from my feet, but never asked about the fight. They cheered when number 7 scored, and disappeared when I went home. The stadium could shout my name, and still I felt completely alone. They saw the body built for battle, the confidence I wore like skin. But strength can be another costume for hiding everything within. They loved the moment I was winning. They loved the image in the frame. But when the lights and cameras vanished, who was left behind the name? They loved the goals, not the man, the celebration, not the scars. They counted every step I took, but never knew how heavy they were. They loved the trophies in my hands, the numbers shining on my back, but no one asked what I had lost to give the world all that. They loved the goals, not the man. They called my silence arrogance. They called my confidence a crime. They watched me fall in slow motion, then replayed it one more time. Every missed chance became a headline. Every tear became a debate. Even when I gave my heart, they still demanded something great. From Madeira to the biggest stages, I learned applause can disappear. The same voices calling you a legend can become the ones you fear. Portugal rested on my shoulders, red and green beneath my skin. But even when I carried millions, I did not always know where I fit in. They knew my goals, they knew my records, they knew every game I played. But they never knew the nights when Cristiano wished he could put the weight away. They loved the goals, not the man, the celebration, not the scars. They counted every step I took, but never knew how heavy they were. They loved the trophy love the goals, not the man. They knew my numbers. They knew how high I jumped, how fast I ran, how many times I scored. But they never knew my nights. They never heard the silence after 60,000 voices went home. They never saw the man remove number 7 and sit alone. Did you love me when I failed? Did you stay when I grew tired? Did you see the frightened boy beneath the athlete you admired? I gave my youth to every stadium, I gave my body to the game. But some nights I would have traded all the glory to be loved without the fame. They love the goals, not the man, the victory, never the pain. They love the way I rose so high, but not the tears that came with fame. They love the trophies in my hands, the roar when 7 turned away. But when the final whistle sounded, they never asked if I was okay. I was more than every record, more than every perfect plan. I gave the world a legend, but I was always just a man. Remember Madeira, remember Portugal, remember the child before the stadiums began. Do not only remember the goals, please remember the man. They knew my name. I only wish they had known me. 60,000 voices knew my name. But when the lights went out, none of them knew what the silence sounded like inside me. I walk beneath the stadium lights with number 7 on my back. The red and green around my shoulders made the whole night answer back. Every camera found my face, every voice demanded more. I gave them strength and celebration, then walked alone through one closed door. They saw the confidence I carried, the way I stood above the noise. But courage can become a shelter when a man has lost his voice. The crowd can make the earth feel smaller. Their singing shook the open sky. But surrounded by a sea of people, I still had nowhere left to hide. I was alone in a stadium full of people, surrounded by voices calling my name. They saw the legend beneath the lights, but never saw the man inside the fame. I gave them every goal and celebration. I gave Portugal everything I knew. But even with the whole world watching, there were nights I disappeared from view. From Madeira to the greatest stages, I learned how quickly silence grows. The louder that the crowd applauded, the less they knew what no one knows. They called my hunger arrogance, they called my tears another show. They judged the way I faced defeat, but never asked where pain could go. The captain's band was on my arm, a nation rested on my chest. And even when my body weakened, they still expected nothing less. I could carry millions through a match, I could answer every call. But when the final whistle ended, who was there to catch my fall? I was alone in a stadium full of people, surrounded by voices calling my name. They saw the legend beneath the lights, but never saw the man inside the fame. I gave them every goal and celebration. I gave Portugal everything I knew. But even with the whole world watching, there were nights I disappeared from view. Do you know what happens after the crowd goes home? The shirt comes off. The captain's band is placed on the chair. Number 7 disappears. And Cristiano sits alone with every mistake. The stadium has already forgotten. They remember the goal. The player remembers the chance that never went in. I heard my mother in the silence. I saw Madeira in my mind. I remembered the frightened little boy who left his island life behind. He wanted nothing but the game. He never asked to carry all this weight. But somewhere between love and expectation, the dream became a crowded place. I was alone in a stadium full of people, while every voice was calling my name. They love the fire beneath the lights, but never felt the cold behind the fame. I gave my youth to every battle, I gave my strongest years to you. And even when the whole world saw me, sometimes no one saw me through. Remember the goals, remember number 7, remember Portugal, standing beneath the lights. But when you remember the legend, please remember, there was also a man who went home alone at night. Mesmo no meio da multidão, eu também me senti sozinho. Even inside the crowd, I was lonely too. I was lonely too. They said I failed my country. They said the greatest dream was the one I never brought home. But before you judge my journey, count everything we carried together. I wore the colors as a frightened boy, before the world had learned my name. Portugal was searching for belief, and I was searching for the same. Through every loss and every doubt, I watched our generation change. We stopped arriving just to compete. We started believing we could reign. In France, my body left the battle, but my heart stayed near the line. I shouted every breath beside them until their victory became mine. We raised our flag above the night. We finally watched our country rise. But even after history was written, some still called my journey a lie. 3 trophies, still they call me a failure. 3 nights when Portugal stood above them all. I gave a nation reasons to believe. I gave my body every time it called. Maybe I never held the World Cup. Maybe that dream escaped my hands. But 3 trophies carried our colors. Tell me, how can that be failure? In 19 we stood at home, with a new crown beneath our sky. Another page for red and green, another reason not to hide. Then years kept moving through my body. They said my final fire was gone. But in 25 we rose again and proved the old heart carried on. They saw the age beside my name. They waited for my legs to slow. But when my country needed one more answer, I still found somewhere left to go. I know the World Cup never came. I know what that absence means. But do not erase every victory because of one unfinished dream. 3 trophies, still they call me a failure. 3 moments when our small nation stood impossibly tall. I gave Portugal my strongest years. I answered every time it called. Maybe I never held the World Cup. Maybe that dream escaped my hands. But 3 trophies carried our colors. Tell me, how can that be failure? Listen, I know what they wanted. They wanted one photograph with the greatest trophy in my hands. I wanted it too, more than they will ever understand. But a life cannot be reduced to the one mountain a man did not climb. Look at the mountains we climbed together. Do you remember France at midnight? Do you remember Lisbon's flame? Do you remember Munich singing when we lifted hope again? Do not tell the children watching that our journey meant defeat. We changed what Portugal believed every time we took the field. Our 3 But do not call my love a failure, because one dream escaped my name. Portugal, remember! Portugal remembers. 3 trophies were not everything, but they were never nothing. We were never nothing. Judge me for the nights I disappeared. Judge me for the chances that I missed. But when you speak about my country, remember what we built before you call it failure. Portugal, 3 troféus, uma vida inteira, e nenhum arrependimento. 3 trophies. One lifetime, and I would give it all again.